you know, and I could go on with the outrage. People are trained in medicine and the law, and they go on to jurisprudence and brain surgery. We are trained in the humanities, and we go on to wage slavery. You know, it's not right, of course, it's not right. And I'm not sure that really anything is being done about it, because people in the wider world don't understand how bad it is. They think higher education is fine because they're sending Joe and Mary there, and Joe and Mary come out with a degree and they go on and they have their lives. But, you know, they're not getting educated. I'm a research scholar at New College, which means I get to use their stationery and their library. But not ILL. Oh, no, no. Don't do that. People have been abusing it. So I get interlibrary loan through my husband. And we could start there. It is hard not to make this a tale of bitterness and resentment. You know, I got my degree in '98 from Columbia University. I went on the market, I think maybe in '96 or '97 with the unfinished Ph.D., you know, and had an interview with Rutgers, and you know, I figured life was going to be good. Meanwhile, a friend in philosophy at Rutgers went straight to the tenure track in Gainesville, for which I thank the gods. There's nothing else he could have done with his life. And I feel the same way about my choices. This is really who I am. I'm a writer, I'm a scholar, I'm a teacher. This expresses the fullness of my talents and being, you know, and it's what I'm meant to do in the world. So it has been devastating not to find permanent teaching work and to be passed over or not hired. I was pregnant and not hired, and but another college called me up because I had interviewed when I wasn't pregnant, and they hired me. So I came along with my 2-month-old baby. I've been on the market every year since '97 or so. So this marks about 10 years. And at first, I got my I did a little adjuncting because I had quite finished the degree, and that was what was available. I taught a critical theory course. Then, through the auspices of my school where I graduated, I got an alumni fellowship, so I taught as an alum, which was just a one-off. The students hired me, or got me hired the next year as a, what do they call, a student chair. And that was also a one-off course, and that was creative writing, mostly fiction. So I was very happy to explore with them that. And I don't know, I think a visiting position came up. That's when I was pregnant, and I was not even considered. Not even a little letter saying thank you for your app. But I was hired at a somewhat similar institution across the bay for visiting for a year, and then another semester and part-time. So it was sort of weird, like 1.5, 2-year kind of visiting deal, teaching the gamut of courses in my field, like American literature, but also avant-garde poetry, African American literature survey, you name it, I taught it. I mean, it was 7 courses in all. Meanwhile, I actually took a year off publishing because I had the 2-month-old baby, so I wasn't publishing, but I was certainly actively developing my repertoire as a teacher. After that, that job ended because it was just a visiting position, and in fact the college had financial difficulties and there was a hiring freeze. It directly affected me. So in the year following, I was unemployed, and I began to write for a newspaper, just part-time, personal essays, one-offs, and discovered I had a talent for that. meanwhile, also, I was writing poetry and beginning to mine my dissertation for further articles, and got another one in there in 2001 or so, and then saw an advertisement for articles on photography in Mosaic, the international journal, and put my mind to that around 2002 or 3. It was a long process. It was like a 2-year article from beginning conception to publication process. I applied to the university, well, maybe I shouldn't say, where I was hired to teach freshman writing for 3 courses per term for a 2-year term contract, which was renewable for another 2 years. But after 4 years, that was it. And I knew from the get-go that I was temporary, and that I had no sort of say or power. Even though I had strong opinions, they didn't matter. And I was treated very well. You know, I had a nice salary with full benefits and travel allowance. And, you know, as these things go, I think it was a good deal, but it was a sort of bargain with the devil. It's like, well, I want to continue teaching. I want to continue my scholarship. And in fact, my scholarship really took off there because I saw that that was my way out. You know, it's like, well, I will achieve like crazy. Well, I was awarded an NEH grant, you know, for the full year, and before that I got an NEH summer stipend. And when I applied to a position near my area, and I sort of happily informed them that I had an NEH for the following year, my application was dropped. At least they certainly never wrote me anything about it. And the year before, they had interviewed me. I had gone in to see if I could have a visiting position. The salary turned out to be $10,000 less than I was making at this temporary term position, so I didn't take it. So obviously they were eager to have me, but then when I had an award, they weren't eager to have me because I guess they figured they would have to accommodate time off. So there it went that.
What are you, Antonio or something?